What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Steph growing in Zone 6B. If you are here for the first time, welcome for the first time. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So I decided to pop on this camera real quick and do a August garden tour. So I haven't made a whole lot of videos this summer because I've just kind of been busy doing this and that, but I thought it would be a nice evening to pop on and just show you guys around a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do, and so let's get into it. So if you are new here, I am near Cleveland, Ohio. I grow in a small space, and my garden is very chaotic. So this is kind of what it looks like for the month of August. I have compost bins over there, some plants that didn't make it, an animal trap because these animals are crazy, and yeah. So I guess to back it up a bit, I'll show you guys what I've done. So first of all, my comfrey is blooming. So this is my first time growing comfrey. I have not grown it in the past. This is what it looks like. If you haven't grown comfrey before, this is what it looks like. I didn't realize when I touched this it was going to be prickly. The bees seem to love it, and as you can see, this plant spreads quite a bit. I have tucked in some yarrow right here, and as a side note, don't try to pull this up and harvest it with your hand. You do need to cut it, because I tried that and ripped the whole plant out of the ground, and so you don't want to do that. But I've been harvesting lots of herbs like yarrow, and so I will get that soon. This is my potato alley. So it's just doing its thing. I thought these potatoes would have been and died back by now. As you can see, I got some grass right here looking real strong, growing up through here, which is probably hindering this potato growth. I mean, look at that grass. Also, look at the potato that came out with the grass. So I must have pulled the plant out. So I'm gonna shake that dirt off, and true to what I normally do, throw that grass to the side. But since these potatoes are exposed, I guess at this point I will take them. They small, but hey, why not take them? It looks like actually this grass, now see, this is how I get distracted, guys. This grass is in here, and you know what, I will save that to the end of the tour, and I'll do a potato harvest video as a bonus at the end. How about that? So I decided to plant some asparagus right here in this tote right here, and this is the first time that I've planted it. It is from seed, and so it will do its thing, and hopefully I'll get some asparagus. Right here I have some sweet potatoes in grow bags growing. They are not nearly ready, but if I turn around, more potatoes right there. I do have a sweet potato patch, so I'll say sort of right here. I haven't been in my garden really like I normally am, and so there's sweet potato slips in here, but I won't lie, they're not growing like they should, because the animals have been out here effectively chewing these sweet potatoes down. So across from there, in this very chaotic bed, right behind this sweet potato dirt slip row, I have some peppers growing. So if you haven't been with me long, I tried growing peppers in sunken containers this year. So this is my sunken container, and I actually have been harvesting lots of peppers. These are my rogue cucumbers. right there, but underneath is these containers, and these are my peppers. Now there's none on here because I just harvested them, but you can see I have a bell right here. There are some flowers up there growing, so this plant is putting out a flush of growth, which is common to what I see in Ohio around this time of year. This plant is yellowing a bit, so I'll give it some nitrogen and water it in tomorrow morning. But I have a pepper there too that's turning red, which I'm really excited about, because typically I will pick it and I won't even wait for the peppers to turn red. So that's exciting. And then in here, you'll see I got these peppers growing there. I have one right here. These are Spanish Americans. I think they are called Spanish American or Spanish variety. That's what they're called. And they have a little bit of kick to them. They're not super spicy, but they do have some kick to them. Again, more rogue cucumbers. You can see one right there. Not sure if that got pollinated or not, but at any rate, volunteer tomato there, and of course lots of flowers for these peppers in here. Some habaneros. I think this might be a habanero. I'm not sure. Not entirely sure, but y'all get the point. So there's lots of peppers in there, and then there's the rogue cucumber plant. So moving right along over here. This is my red potato patch. It has grown out of control. I think I put at least 12 seed potatoes in here, and randomly I have this dill plant that's gonna go to seed and probably put dill everywhere, but I don't mind it because I actually love dill. And then coming around, I have an okra plant that's trying to get started. There's lots of grass in there, as you can see, but if I come up here and I look real good, I normally look through here to see if I have anything growing, and I do. There is a cucumber here. I'll go ahead and pick that. Also need some water. So I don't have my snips with me, so this is how I do it. Twist and pull. There's a cucumber there. I think that's a market more, but look how big and beautiful it is, right? It's not beyond its prime, and it looks like I have another cucumber right here. So I'm gonna grab this one. I don't want to break the plant, so I'm gonna twist. That one pops off. I am loving cucumber. Tomato cucumber salad is so good, y'all. It's so good. So I've been trying to keep up with this cucumber harvest, and all the way underneath here, you wouldn't even be able to see it. I have a tiny little squash there. And I'm down here hunting, y'all. Some volunteer zinnias right there. And if I circle around here, y'all, I will show you my winter spaghetti squash. So it's growing. And down, this is more cucumber plants. So I've just been trailing. See there, look, there's a cucumber right here. I'm gonna have to get my snips to get that one because it is wedged in between, so I'm probably gonna pick that early. And there's another winter squash right here, which it looks like something has gotten on that one. And I got potatoes tucked in everywhere. Now all of these grow bags are only 5 gallons and they need to be watered, and you can tell by the wilted leaves. The vine borers did get some of these. Down here you can see some of this is the vine borers have gotten them. So I just left them. It's fine. And actually, if you see right here, this one was gotten by the vine borer. You can see how the stem is, but then this part of the plant did not get got. So I left it, and that's fine. Now, turning around here, I threw in these tomato plants like a month ago, and it looked like they're gonna give me something. It's been very hot, and I haven't had a chance to water, so all of this stuff is looking quite sad. And this bed here, I don't have much going on. I have some winter squash. I tried to put in some black diamond watermelons, but these plants are too small and they are not going to make it. But all of these squash plants, if I actually get out here and put my cayenne pepper down, I would actually get some winter squash. But the reason I'm not getting any is because the animals are chewing down my squash plant. So they have gotten to these leaves. As you can see, this squash plant did not get pollinated right there, so that'll likely break off. But you see how this tip right here is broken off and how these are broken off. The groundhog has chewed through those, and so that was a sad day. I don't have much going on in this bed. I got a couple things. I have a lot of empty spaces in my garden. You know, this has not been the best gardening year for me, and so I've been giving myself some grace for that and doing what I can. But I have been keeping up on my herbs, and these flowers are absolutely beautiful, and so I'm appreciative of that. These are all my marigolds. I absolutely love them. When they fall over like this and they need to be harvested, I typically will go ahead and do that and make bouquets at the end of the season. And then, of course, I got plenty of zinnias there that need to be harvested, which I will do tonight. And I don't know if that winter squash got pollinated or not, but if it didn't, I still may have time to get some winter squash if these animals will leave me alone. Now, I put this watermelon plant in here, and this is done for. This is a golden midget watermelon. It's got a slug on it right there. The tendril is not dried up, but it's supposed to turn yellow, but it's too tiny because this pot is too small. So I'm going to try those again next season, maybe earlier in the season, and maybe if I harvest them earlier, they will actually get going and produce something. Now this is where I typically will keep all of my Dollar Tree stackables, but you can see by the damage that the animals have gotten to that. So they've been back here running amok, making a lot of ruckus, knocking things over, and you know, I'm just not happy with how they're treating me, y'all. I'm not happy with how these animals are treating me. And you know, typically what I find with animals, if you do not get a handle on your stuff and be out here in your garden regularly, these animals will show you out. They will show you up and out. I got a whole thing that's knocked over back here. But because I haven't watered, look at this, y'all. First of all, these roots right here look ridiculous. But honestly, I can sit that back in there, and these will actually bounce back. If I water them, all of these plants will bounce back. They really, really will. And so I don't worry too much about it because leafy greens are great to grow in Dollar Tree stackables, and I know they'll bounce back. So these tomato plants are done for. this is another way you can grow, but this celery looks good. So this tomato plant is done. As you can see, it has died. I did pull one tomato off of there, but this one here is still producing. Like, there is disease down here and the plant itself looks bad, but it's still producing, so I left it. But there's a few tomatoes there, and this hasn't been a good year for tomatoes for me, so I'm gonna get what I can get. So this is the garden I maintained. I'm gonna show it to y'all. Couple of tomatoes there, waiting on them to ripen so I can pull this plant out. There's one right here, waiting on it to ripen so I can pull that plant out. A couple producing right there. I'll leave that plant there since they are producing. And you know what I might do is just clean up the plants in general so that the plants can produce how they want to. And then I tuck some celery down here in this bed. These are onions, but you can barely see them because there's a lot of weeds through here, and so I'll clean all of that up. Ain't nothing really in these grow bags. There's a couple of potatoes, and so since there is a couple of potatoes, I'm waiting on those to die back so that I can harvest those. Now I am excited about my holy basil right here. It's tucked in there and it's doing very well, so I'll harvest that. And then look how beautiful these flowers are. All of these are tucked in here, but I got some corn going too, which all of this will get fish emulsion. This corn is starting to tassel, as you can see. Now the reason that this corn is so small is because it was bred that way to be a baby variety, if you will. And so because it was bred to be a baby variety, it only gets like 3 to 4 feet, and it will tassel, and it will actually give you 2 to 3 ears per plant. So this corn variety is a great variety for someone who is not able to grow full-size corn, or you don't have a lot of space. It is an amazing variety to grow because it doesn't take up a lot of space. It won't shade out a lot of things, and you can still tuck other plants in here. Like I tucked the celery in here, some basil there, some basil over there, so that you can still get a corn harvest in a small space. So my berry bushes are pretty much done for the season, so I'm not gonna skip that. But if you're with me, I'm gonna skip that. But if you're with me, the front of my garden, and I'll show you the view from here. This is all of I have a peach tree right here that hasn't produced yet. And if you look all the way back, there really is, I guess I'll walk through here. This is where I keep all of my berry bushes. I got some wild bergamot growing right there. And I got a bed right here that is what I'm calling my chaos bed. So there's a broccoli plant. You can see a cabbage forming here. And these are all carrots, which some of these can come out. And when they come out, what I'm hoping is these cabbages underneath here will maybe produce. I got some volunteer ground cherries, a couple more cabbages over here that'll be small, and actually I got a broccoli plant back there. So this bed has a lot in it. Even back here I have a cabbage tucked in there. So this bed has quite a bit. And honestly, I'll just let it grow, harvest the things that are shading other things out as it matures, and then just go from there with this plant. With this raised bed. Now, one thing that I'm really excited about that's brand new for me are these elderberries. Now, I don't know if you're able to see them or not, but this is my first year getting elderberries, and I have some here. Although these look kind of sparse, 3 there. And then look at this plant here. Look how big. Let me step back so you can get a view of how nice these elderberries are. So those are going to be lovely. And then underneath, I got peppers tucked in here. All these peppers, these are cayennes. So I'm planning on making cayenne powder. These are producing some, and I'm losing my lighting here, but these are producing some jalapenos, some sweet bananas right here. And I don't know what kind of pepper this is. If you guys know what kind of pepper that is, let me know. It looks interesting though, and I want it, but I don't know. Of course, I got a blueberry bush tucked back there. And then really, all of these peppers here are producing. So these jalapenos back here and everything back here is all producing. This plant is doing amazing. There's a bell pepper right there. I don't know if you can see it. And then all of these is where I house my berry bushes. So right there, and then nothing right here yet, but I will fill up the space eventually. So back here I have some green beans growing, and that's all I'm gonna show y'all for today because I ran out of sunlight. So it is a couple days later, and I'll just show you. These are my green beans here. They are finally starting to produce, I think, a little bit. They got some shoots coming off there, and so I'm hoping to get some green beans. This trellis that I built is not that great, and so, you know, I'm just gonna get what I can this season. Like I said, I haven't, oh look, there's a flower right there. I haven't put a whole lot of time and effort into my garden like I should have, but I am going to do a little bit of reworking the space, and so I will show you guys. So the final thing that I'm going to show you is my small container garden on the deck. It's doing okay, quite well, considering the lack of encouragement from yours truly. So let me show you here. So here's some more peppers. I was really over optimistic by putting 2 peppers in this small pot like this, so they probably won't produce that well. Here's an even smaller pot. This one isn't producing really at all. This one here, I got some mullein there, some plants I need to do something with. These are cuttings from my wine berries, and so I'm gonna leave those until next season. They will be fine because those are perennials. And then some bulbs here that I haven't planted, and some ever-bearing strawberries here, which are really producing. I did put some cayenne pepper down because some of these animals are out here, but these flowers are so pretty. But I'm getting an abundance of strawberries there. And then lastly, if I come over here, this is my lemongrass pot. It's my tea kettle lemongrass. So I got some lemon thyme here, some lavender in the back. Don't pay attention to my weedy pot back there, but I cut this lemongrass back and actually it has grown back. Look at my green bean plant running all up here, so I need to make a trellis for that. But and I have some St. John's wort here with some new growth on it that I can cut back. So, you know, that's how it goes, y'all. I've been busy doing other things this season. I've been focusing on just, you know, other adventures and stuff that I've had. And so, you know, the garden has kind of taken a back seat, but I'm excited to show you guys what I am doing for the fall. I am planning on planting out a fall garden. I know it's getting late, y'all. That's okay. Y'all bear with me. I'll get it done. And, you know, I'll see you on the next video. I did promise you guys a harvest video of potatoes, but I pulled those potatoes, y'all. I'm trying to sit down. I'm on my front porch. I pulled those potatoes, you guys, and since I pulled those potatoes already, take a look at this picture. I got almost 3 pounds. Oh, it's hot out here, which is pretty amazing. All right, y'all stay tuned. Tune in to see what I'm growing in the fall, and I will see you guys on the next video. All right, take care and bye for now.